Okay, what I'm going to do now is test some of the assumptions I made with Edgar, with me just redoing his metabase. Bloody hell, I'm just going to make sure that I didn't make anything worse. So I shuffled up, drawing my initial 7. Let's see what I get. Okay, so, hey, I got my lantern. Okay, Triumph, it's great to get in the first hand because I could play it straight away. Tapped, get it out of the way, plateau, sacred, so I get the 2 red-white lands, fantastic. Bishop of Binding, Vona, Sanctum Seeker. Okay, I don't have any early vampires, but I'm not going to cast anything first turn anyway, so let's say I keep this hand in an actual game. So I draw for my turn. Right, play the Triumph. Next turn, untap, draw, Blood Artist. This is looking pretty good. Let's get down Phyrexian Tower, tap, tap, Blood Artist. Eminence triggers, I get a token vampire. I'll just use that for now for the token vampire. Next turn, untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, Edgar. Brilliant. So tap those 3. Play the lantern. Okay, I've got my first mana rock. I only have a 1/1 and a 0/1, so I'm not going to attack. Most likely I would have to sacrifice the 1/1 to chump block something because this is now turn 4. Somebody who's probably attacking me because I look weak. Okay. So I have all the black I need because of Urborg and Chromatic Lantern. I can safely play the Chromatic or the Caves of Koilos because I can tap it for anything now. I don't want to cast Sanctum Seeker because I'm not attacking enough vampires to make it interesting. He would get blocked or he would get killed. It's not time to run him out there yet. Vona, probably a safe bet. Bishop of Binding. It is possible that there's something I would want to get rid of this early in the game, but let's say I play Vona. I get a token. And untap, upkeep, draw. So next turn I can run out Edgar. Oh, Necropolis Regent. Okay, Sanctum Seeker. So let's get down plateau. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't matter what I tap because of the lantern. I get down Edgar. Of course, he only triggers for other vampires, so I do not get the token. Try to put him somewhere where he can be visible on camera. Again, I'm just testing the draws. I'm just seeing how the mana flows. So right now it looks good. Right now it looks like I don't have any problems. I got the lantern. I've got Urborg. Even without them, I would have all my colors, black here, so I would have 2 black, 3 white, 2 red, colorless. So I would not be in too bad a shape. At this time, I would attack with Edgar and Vona at least. Vona would become a 5/5 when he attacks with Edgar, because Edgar triggers, of course, whenever he attacks, not when he does damage. So Vona would be a 5/5 lifelinker, and then after combat, during my second main phase, I can pay 7 life, because I would have just gained 5, tap him, and destroy something that is bothering me. Let's just go 1 or 2 more turns, and then I'm going to do this again just to get a good feel for the draws of the deck. Okay, I'm now out of land, so I'm playing my last land. I play Sacred Foundry untapped because I do not need the mana. Let's see, I have Blood Artist is not, even though he would be a 1/2 now, he wouldn't be attacking. These 2 tokens would be 2/2, Vona would be a 5/5, Edgar would be a 5/5. So it might be time to run out the Sanctum Seeker. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it that way. So I can still sacrifice. If somebody is going to exile, say I play Sanctum Seeker, somebody's going to Swords to Plowshares him, I have the tower to send him to the graveyard so I can get him back somehow. And I've got multiple ways to do that. Let's put him here. Let's back up the camera a bit. Okay. Do that. Now you can see the cards. You can't see the Fezzik anymore, but you can see the cards. So attack, 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 attack. They all get bigger because of Edgar. Edgar would be now a 6/6. Vona would be a 6/6. Vigilance. I always forget the vigilance. These two lads would be 3/3s. Actually, they're girls. The tokens I have are chicks. The real tokens, I just didn't pull them out for this test. So that would be a good attack on somebody. And they also would lose, everybody, all my opponents would lose 4 life. I would gain 4 life. So he would hit for 6. I've gained 4. That's 10. So when I pay 7 life to destroy something this time, it's not that much of a swing. Alright, let's just do another one just to see if that was a fluke or if that was realistic. Let me just put Edgar down so he has something to look at while I quickly shuffle. Something else I do is when I shuffle, I just shuffle like that. I don't do pile shuffle. I have a feeling this gives me a better randomization. And that's what you want, really, isn't it? You want your deck to be randomized so you're not cheating. And also it makes it more interesting. If you are given, you picked everything in your deck. Everybody picks everything in their deck. They chose the tools that they have. Sometimes you don't get the tool you want when you want it. And that's really what it amounts to, isn't it? Making the best use of what the deck gives you. Right, so look, no land. Not a single damn land. Now in my group we use the Commander Mulligan, where you just toss aside cards you don't want, and then you draw that many cards, so she's not coming out anytime soon, because I have no land. That would not be cast anytime soon, regardless of whether I have a land or not. Dictated variables, let's drop that. He costs 4, we'll drop him. Veto, drop him. Drop the Nighthawk. So I'll keep Yeheni. I'll keep Yeheni in my hand and draw 1, 2, okay, there's a land. 3, 4, another land. 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more. Alright, I have 2 land. One of them produces colorless. At least one produces black. So I'm not in that bad a shape, as long as I get another land. If I get another land, this will be good to go. Again, I want to see what the mixture is, get an idea of what's going to happen before I play in a live game. As you might have seen if you saw the video, well, as you would have seen if you saw the video, where I took out the lands that only produce colorless, the filter lands for example. They smooth out my colors if I have the color in the first place. If I don't have the color in the first place, they screw me because they don't produce color. And Brago is color hungry. Alright, so draw for my turn. Remember what I was saying about the deck not giving you the tools you want when you want them? I don't want this right now. I really don't. Anyway. Get a blood crick down. Next turn, untap. Draw. Jesus Christ. Let's get a land down. I can't cast anything. Next turn, draw. Oh, okay, I can cast something. It doesn't help at all right now, but I can cast Blade of the Bullet Chief. Fucking fantastic. Next turn, draw. That's really not helping. Really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to discard. Fucking fantastic. But at least I had the bidding. Who do I discard? Let's discard. Oh, Yahenni, because I can, if I ever cast Bishop of Birth, I can get Yahenni back. So draw. Yay, a land. And by this time, my opponents, unless they're getting screwed too, which is funny when it happens, when everybody's getting mana screwed. It's, you know, it's kind of funny, but not in a ha-ha way, in a Jesus Christ, this is slow way. Let's get down the Callous Blood Mage. I would choose to pay 1 life and draw a card. It is not a land, but hopefully it gets me closer to a land. I get the token, which I'm probably going to send down to the altar. Sounds like a wedding, doesn't it? Anyway, draw. Oh, good. I did get a land. Okay, so getting that Blood Mage out of the way was a good idea. So I want to, and now I realize I should have kept Yahenni, but I didn't. Oh well. 1, 2, keep black, 2, 3. So 3, Ashnod's Altar, I can sack a creature to add 2 colors to my mana pool. Let's put that over there. Let's get it. No, I don't get a token. What the hell am I doing? So irritated, I'm getting ahead of myself. Can't cast him, Vindicate, no, nothing. So I probably will have to block one of these creatures to save me. So draw. I only have 1 black. I would love to get this down because she's an all-star in this deck, but I only have 1 black. Thank you, deck. Anyway, black-red. Sacrifice the token for 2 colorless. Play Stormkirk Captain. Get another token. Mother Vampires now have +1/+1 in first strike. So I've got that going for me. Can't cast anything else. I can equip somebody, and I should have. I should have equipped somebody with the Blade of the Blood Chief. But I'm going to do it to the captain because I was thinking of sacrificing the Blood Mage anyway, so he would have died and I would have wasted the equip. So let's go next turn. You can see this is really working out well for me. Ooh, you know, that's nice. That's nice. So now the deck wants to work. Now the deck wants to come out and kick ass and chew bubblegum. But I'm all out of bubblegum. So I can sacrifice him for 2 colorless. I can sacrifice the token for 2 more colorless. I have 4 colorless. Blade of the Blood Chief triggers twice. This bad boy gets 4 counters. He is now a 6/6 first striker. Because whenever a creature is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, it gets +1/+1. If it's a vampire, it gets 2 instead. So for each creature, that was 2. So now it's a 6/6 first strike. Okay. Alright, that's good. He needs black, red, white. I have 4 in my mana pool. So let me do this. I'll cast Twilight Prophet, get a token, because Prophet is good. I quickly get the city's blessing if I don't sacrifice too many tokens, and she starts essentially drawing me cards. So if I sacrifice this token, I still have, I had 4, she took 2, I still have 2 floating. Or do I want a bit of control now, considering my opponents probably have some creatures? Let's do it that way. So I still have 2 floating. 3, 4, 5. Oberg gives me the black. And on the Ruin Sage comes into play, which will buy me some time. I get another token. There's the other token. So now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 permanents. So during my upkeep, I have the City's Blessing. Twilight Prophet will trigger. The deck is online. I would attack with the Stormkirk Captain, most likely because he's a 6/6 and he wants blood. So let's untap. Draw. Yeah, another land. Marsh Flats, sacrifice Marsh. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have the City's Blessing. So I show everybody Marsh Flats. Nobody loses any life. I don't gain any life, but I put it in my hand because of Twilight Prophet. And then I draw for my turn. Nice. Nice. Can't say no to that. Get rid of Marsh Flats. I'll just pull the first dual land I see out of the deck. Besides City Brass, are the only white border cards. So let's get Plateau down, which is actually a Triumph because of Urborg. So now I've got the City's Blessing. I've got 2 tokens. Beginning of my upkeep, everybody had to sacrifice a non-vampire creature. So I've got one of my control elements running, which would have triggered him. So if I'm in a 3-man game, that would have been 2 players. Each of them have to sacrifice a creature. He's a vampire. He would have received another 4 counters. So he would now be a 10/10 first striker. Okay, so much for the slow start. I am back in business. Right, so what do I want to do? I will sacrifice one of the tokens. That gives me 2 colorless. 3, 4, 5, 6. Edgar Markov comes down. So I have Edgar in play now. Damn, there's a lot to clear off Edgar. I have Edgar in play. I could sacrifice another token to get Bishop Rebirth in place, so let's do that. Sacrifice the other token. No, it's not enough. Bishop Rebirth is 5. Believe my last. Anyway, my 10/10 Stormkirk Captain Kirk attacks. My 10/10 Captain Kirk attacks. Twilight Prophet would probably attack depending on the flying situation. Anna 1 would attack depending on the situation on the ground. Edgar would definitely attack because he really wants to, and he's got first strike. So Edgar would be a 5/5 first striker. Captain Kirk would be an 11/11 first striker. And I forgot about the +1/+1 from Captain Kirk. So it actually makes more sense depending on the situation. Again, depending on the situation, air and the ground. So when he attacks, he would be a 5/4 first striker because of Captain Kirk. Edgar would give him +1/+1, so he would be a 6/5 first striker. She would be a 4/6 first striker in the air. Edgar would now be a 6/6 first striker. And Captain Kirk, of course, is an 11/11. Somebody's going to get hurt real bad. And maybe I should use the token, because I wasn't thinking and I burned up all my red. I got all happy that I'm finally in business. I could have cast Olivia Voldaren, but I need red, and I tapped it like an idiot. Anyway, I think my changes are good. Just this fast test has kind of proved the deck works better now. It's smoother. Yeah, I got some colorless mana sources at the beginning, but it did not stop me like it did during that test that caused me to reevaluate Edgar's entire mana base. So that's it. Let me know what you think. and get ready for the next video. I probably will do would be Edgar, Spymaster of Trust. His power level review is due. He's next. Bon voyage.